Stop ghosting your emotions. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you have been treated like in a bad way, or you have been spoken to in a really like rude way, or someone said something that hurt you, but you just decided to stay silent that moment because like you just didn't know how to process that situation, and later on only to feel worse about it? If you have ever been in that situation, this video is for you. Why this is so important, why this topic truly matters, is because I think it is something that I have recently went through, and I wanted to share this with you guys. And because to be honest, like every emotion that we choose not to speak about, that we choose to keep within us, in the end it builds like a turmoil. And what happens when it just, when you have this unsaid feelings of, or this resentment within you, it's truly going to be affecting like every aspect of your life, your mental health, your relationships, your mindset, your lifestyle, your habit. Just imagine you are overthinking for this one situation, which literally will take up so much of your time, because if it happens today, tomorrow you're gonna think about it, next day you're gonna think about it, and all day you're gonna be speaking about it. That's where most of your energy is gonna go. It's just gonna be directed into a direction where you did not speak up for yourself. You feel like your self-respect, like everything, like your self-respect, your self-worth is going down the drain just because you did not stand up for yourself. That's the reason why it's so important to speak up. When someone says something that hurt you, when someone treats you in the way that you wouldn't even treat yourself, it's those were the times where people will say, oh, stay silent, let them be, let the haters say anything. I mean, yes, there's a right time for everything. There's a right situation for things to just let it be, but there is also a right time where you need to speak up for yourself. Because if you do not speak up for yourself, who is going to speak up for you? If you do not take your stand, the situation is prone to happen again and again and again. Why? Because this person, the people associated in the situation, is gonna think like it's okay to step onto you, it's okay to treat you in that way, it's okay to speak to you in that way, in that tone, in that manner. Why? Just because you did not speak up. Because they think like you are okay with it, you are okay with the way they are treating you, you're okay with the way they are talking down on you, or they said something that hurt you. I think one of the reasons why we decide to keep quiet when, in a certain situation there are like rude words or rude statements that's being thrown on you, or people say something that hurt you, I think is the fear of conflict, is the fear of like there is a fear of like making things worse. Just imagine you are in a situation where that someone that is superior to you, probably your boss, probably someone with authority, someone whom you love, said something to you, and you want to speak up, but you're like, you know what, am I jeopardizing myself here? Am I jeopardizing my situation? Am I jeopardizing so much? Like so much is at stake, and you decided to keep quiet. But you are afraid to speak up because it might put you on a bad spot. It might give out the bad impression like you are not someone you're not someone ideal, and sometimes inside your mind you'll be thinking like, am I overthinking? Like maybe this is just a small situation, but did I take it too personally? Am I sensitive? You start start protecting those people and start like ignoring your feelings just because you think like, oh, your feelings are not you are not like real. It's just like you are in that overthinking vibe. But trust me, honey, if you're feeling something, if you think like something is off, the vibe is off, that vibe is truly off. Like there's no way you would feel in that way if those things are right. your energy is sacred, your energy is personal, you are you. If that statement, if that behavior did not hurt others, but it hurts you, does not mean it's okay for you. It's okay for them, but it's not okay for me. I am me, this is my personality, this is my energy. If it hurts me, if it makes me feel like shit, I'm gonna speak up. I'm never going to stay silent just because the society says, just because the people says it, just because the tradition has always been in that way. No, I am willing to be a villain. I'm willing to bring out that worst character just to make sure that, you know what, I'm not bottling up my feelings, I am letting out my feelings. Because what's more important than my peace? Peace of mind, peace of your body, peace of your soul, like peace of your life. It took me so long to get this peace, and I'm going to jeopardize it just because of this one person, just because I'm going to keep it within me. No, I think the worst thing you can do to yourself is to not stand up for yourself. And I mean this. So what happens if you don't speak up? Like, what's the cause of it? You might be thinking like, it's okay, let them say anything, let them treat you the way you they want to. In the end, they will realize, no, what is the side effect? Because trust me, you are just putting yourself in a really bad spot if you start thinking in this way. That stress, that anxiety, that overthinking, that panic attack, that resentment, that guilt, that thoughts, that overthinking habit you're gonna have. Why are you giving them that energy to bring this vibe to you? Who they are, you are the master of your life. Why are you giving them control over you? Only you have control over yourself. Like, the moment you give them power over you, that's the moment they are going to decide how you're going to feel. And why are you doing yourself dirty? That's the last thing you want to do to yourself. So when this happened, it's time to take control of the situation. It's time to get back your energy. It's time to fix that situation. And how you're going to do it, it comes back to you. What are you going to do about it? What's the next step? Literally show them how they are supposed to be treating you, show them how they are supposed to be speaking with you, show them the boundaries, like draw the lines. If you want to be treated in a certain way, if you want to be respected in a certain way, people do not know that. You have to show them how you want to be treated, how do you want to be spoken to, how do you want to be respected. You have to give them the example, because when you show it to them, that's when they know, oh, I can only speak to this girl in this way, I only can treat her in this way. Why? Because she has clear boundaries. You drew the boundaries, you let out your feelings. That's literally just one part of your mental health. What about your relationships, the people involved in the situation, yourself, that people that whom you love? Like, literally, when the situation happened, who were the people involved? They should be like someone close to you, even if they're not close to you. I mean, the effect is not so drastic. But what happens if you're seeing this person every day? What happens if you're staying with this person every day? What happens if you actually need to interact with this person on a daily basis or work with this person? What's gonna happen? Resentment is gonna grow, the hatred is gonna grow, and this toxic vibe, like, the energy is just gonna be off whenever you are going to be with this person or be encountered with a similar situation. Why? Just because you did not let out your feelings, just because you did not express yourself. And I think, like, that's the worst way to live. Imagine, like, living with someone or seeing this person every day, but you're having just like these bad vibes. It's not going to be healthy. It's not even healthy for yourself. Let's not talk about the situation or people around you. It's just gonna affect you in every way of your life. You think like the situation is small, but your energy is feeding it, and it's gonna get bigger and bigger, and it's gonna affect every area of your life, just because you did not clear this air, just because you did not clear this energy. Can you see how this thing grows? It's like an infection, and this is something that you don't want in your life. And I'm not saying like, hey, speak up and throw the blame game, like blame this person, blame that person. No, it's all about doing it in a healthy way, confronting, expressing yourself, letting them to know about your feelings in a healthy, in a very clear, in a very like strategic way. That's how you're going to heal the relationship, because you do not want to jeopardize this relationship. You do not want to lose these people who might be important in your life just because of that one small situation. Never know, just because you decided to speak about it, let them know how that hurt you. It's going to change them, it's going to change your relationship dynamic, it's just going to change every aspect that is involved between you both and between like the people involved. And moving forward, you guys, like the relationship that is involved is gonna get even better. Never know, because of this one downfall, just because of this one bad situation, things are gonna move even in a more positive way, just because you decided to clear it out. So when you want to express yourself, when you want to express your emotions, your feelings, do it in I would say in a very strategic way, in a very intelligent way, in a very smart way. Because I'm not saying like, hey, the worst mistake you can do is when this situation happen, like straight away lash it out. No, you have to like stay calm, stay composed, and come back, think about it, talk to yourself, and actually like understand where the situation went wrong. And when you can come to that conclusion, and when you're really clear, okay, moving forward, how am I going to resolve this, and how I'm going to let this person know, then you talk to this other person. Because if you just do it on the spot, it's just going to make things worse. For me, it's all about acting in a very smart way, in a strategic way, and that takes time. You do not make impulsive decisions, or you do not make impulsive moves and regret later on. Everything that you want to do, you have to think it through, because you don't want to like pour fuel into a fire. It's just gonna make it worse. And you know what's amazing? Just because you decided to open up, just because you decided to let them know how you feel, they're gonna respect you. This person is gonna come up to you like, hey, thanks for letting me know. I did not know you felt in that way. I did not know that you felt bad about it. They're gonna respect you even more. You know why? Because you were not fake. You were not just like smiling over their face and acting like it's all right, but behind talking trash about them and talking trash about the situation to other people. But you own up to it. You come, like you confront them, and you sat with them and you spoke about it. They're gonna be like, damn, this guy is unique. You know why? Because she decided to speak her truth. So in a world where I would say speaking up feels difficult, because like everybody is so used to speaking up digitally, like saying your like letting expressing yourself in a command way, or just through behind a screen. I think like confronting like in real life, like physically, became harder, because we are so used to like letting that person know through a text or through a call. But I would say like when something hurts you really bad, like you just don't feel like the vibe is good, confront that situation physically in real life. It's just gonna like boost your confidence in a really really in an amazing way. Trust me, it's gonna help you feel so much better than doing it like digitally, or like online, in an online form. Like do it physically, stand up for yourself, speak up for yourself. You do not have to fit in just because it's okay for someone else. No, if something hurts you, do not bottle up your feelings, let it out. You're gonna feel so much better. And I just want you to know that when you do this, you are literally protecting your mental health, like your physical health, like your social health, like your emotional health, like every health, every aspect of your life is just gonna move in a positive way. And honey, when you start standing for yourself, when you start speaking for yourself, trust me, nobody will have that courage or guts to step onto you. When they want to speak to you in that way the next time, in that tone that hurt you, or they treat you in a way that hurt you, if they want to do it again, they're going to think twice. You know why? They'll be like, damn, this girl, we never want to do it in this way because she doesn't like it. So let people know how to treat you, let people know how they're supposed to speak with you, because if you don't do that, who's gonna do that for you? And I hope you enjoyed today's video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Share this to someone who really need to hear this. And I miss you guys so much. I know my last video was like 2 months ago, and I know that I really needed to like come onto here and like, you know, share this because it's something that I think when it happens to me personally, it's just gonna relate so much better. I'm gonna speak about it like on a more deeper personal level, and I love it. I want to share with you, you know, something like so many things have happened like recently in my life, but I think I'll keep it for the next video. um just like um yeah, I think I'll talk to you guys soon. Lots of love.